name is Digenibus, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance. In this episode, we are now going to try and get some armor by the looks of things, or a uniform, as our current uniform is looking a little bit ratty. So, let's do that. I think Captain Bernard, no, the bailiff asked us to come in here, into the Rattai armory. I don't know which one to open. I would assume they gave us a key, so apparently not. Unless it is one floor down. Was there? Okay, this episode is off to an odd start. Maybe we just wait here for someone. Or we talk to the guard.
I was told to pick up a kit here.
There we go.
Name?
Henry.
And? In fealty to?
Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Yes. I've got you. Well, come on in then. Make yourself at home. Henry.
Kind of
If my memory
really.
serves me, you're entitled to a helmet, a gambeson, and a club.
That's all.
You want a kiss and a hug as well?
I mean equipment.
It's quite enough for patrolling the town. You're there to stop trouble, not start it.
Light gambeson, common bassinet, and a club, I would assume. Oh, and a petacoif. And a bludgeon. Let's swap over to that, as that is what's required for us. So we've got a better bassinet, as you can see there in the top. It is looking a lot less dented. So let's go with that, and padded armor over here. Put that on. Put this helmet on. And then we got another padded coif, which is slightly better than, or newer than what we're currently using. And we were going to end up selling that at some point, but not yet. What else did he give us? Is that all? Oh yes, the bludgeon. So put that bludgeon on. And I think if we pull it out, we can smack people with it, but let's put that away.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
And he is getting a little bit hungry as well. Perhaps we should find him something at some point. Maybe end off at the tavern. So we need to go to the Nightingale, or join Nightingale on patrol, which is going to happen between 11 to 9. What's the time currently? Just past 11. So I'm sure we could make our way there. Maybe stop off at a tavern. Grab a bite to eat for poor Henry here. Where was one? I think there was one on the left side here, on the way towards the tavern. I mean, to Nightingale. And there's the tavern over here. Let's speak to... I think we can speak to the lady. And last maid. Never mind. Speak to the man.
God be with you, good sir.
And let's ask him if he has anything about trade. We'll get some food here. Let's get some... Quite expensive, this stuff. Let's get some nice pork, yeah? Maybe just one should do it. And we shall check our basket, and we will end up haggling here for it.
Can we do something about the price?
Sure, why not?
And we shall want to pay... Let's ask him for 3.
Since it's you.
That's not enough.
Okay, so obviously it's just going to be in between. And
I'll go
we
for
shall agree to that. Reputation gain, thank you. Let's find the food in here and just eat it quickly. There we go. Our hunger is sated. And now we can carry on working, as nobody likes to work on an empty stomach, especially going on patrols, as there's not really much time just to stop off somewhere for a bite to eat. So we will do a little bit of a trot off here. We should actually visit the tailor to get the rest of our clothing repaired, as everything's looking still a bit ratty. But that's another task for another time. Good sir. I love the center of town over here, with all the stocks, which nobody seems to be in at the moment. So, it seems like everybody's kind of well behaved. But we have been hearing reports of the other people from Skeleton. We just need to find a man named Nightingale now. Well, I assume it's a man. On a nest somewhere. Would he be in the church?
Rest in peace.
It's quite a fancy looking church. Or do we speak to the priest? Okay, we can ask him about reading. But I don't know why I'm actually heading up this tower. Let's head back down. I'm sure Nightingale should have arrived by now. There's Nightingale, I would assume. Yeah, there we go. So,
Here I am.
looks like we arrived just
My
in
name is
time.
Henry. We're supposed to go on patrol together?
I see you're kitted out.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale. Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a cart?
And that would be me, yes.
Teresa. Yes, she rescued me. She turned up with Captain Robard and his knights.
All honour to the girl. She has bigger balls than most men. Tell me, how did you pay her back?
Well, I thanked her.
That's not much, is it? You should go and see her when you get a chance. So, how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
Fascinating quest that just started here. Courtship. Go and see Teresa at the mill wench. Mill wench before noon. Well, it's kind of noon now, so maybe we'll have to do that in the next episode or something. I want to serve Sir Radzik. I suppose any of these options would be fine, but let's say Sir Radzik. That is what our whole main quest is about right now, to get his sword back.
I wanted to enter the service of Sir Radzik, but he sent me here to learn.
And learn you will. You're lucky, lad. Sir Radzik must like you. Most lords would have just sent you on your way.
Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the taverns to make sure they lock up in the evening.
I'm ready.
Don't forget, I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's go.
Alright, that's a lot of faith this man has with me. Caps lock is to walk. Ah. So at least we can travel at the same pace as everybody else now, instead of outpacing them the whole time. There we go. But now he seems to be walking a little bit faster than we are. It's rather frustrating. No matter.
Sir, it's not only as the house of God, but as the crypt of the lords of Lipa, our masters. The gravedigger lives right round the corner. The priest, too. Our parish priest. A man shouldn't speak ill about servants of the Lord.
Probably best not to know.
This is our rat house. Pretty big, eh? The bailiff and his hands live there, and our maestro protonotarius, the scribe. And the jailhouse. You don't want to see the inside, not even as a guard. Naturally, we have an executioner too, but he doesn't live in town. That wouldn't be proper, as I'm sure you know. He lives by Gallows Hill, the other side of the creek. This pillory was brand new in autumn, and 2 people have already been rotting on it.
Jesus, rotting.
Lives here.
Rakes, spades, forks, and axes. All you need to tame Mother Nature.
Okay, friend.
What
Thank
the
you for
hell
that.
is going on here now? Go and check it out, Henry.
and I'll make no trouble for you.
Okay, so
If
our
you
first
won't go to
dispute
the
we need
church,
to
go back
sort
to
out here.
your people. I don't want you here.
With the armor
Is
smith
that
and
year
the
pile
beggar.
not big enough for you?
Alright, let's have a chat here to them.
Well then,
What are you two screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
About time you turned up. This filthy beggar thinks.
My name is Jane.
No one cares what your name is. This filthy beggar thinks she can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
Alright, let's have a chat here to him.
What's the problem here?
Try and get all the information out of him.
This is my shop, and I won't have beggars sitting on my doorstep. Let her go and squat in the square. She won't be in anyone's way there, and there's plenty of folk to beg from.
Which is a valid point. Let's ask Jane about it.
Must you sit here, of all places?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Folk drive me away wherever I sit. I can't keep walking all day and night.
Let's see here. Let's go with this option here. See what he
Can't you
responds
show
with.
us some Christian charity, Armourer?
What? Have you any idea how much I've given away in alms, even to this witch only yesterday?
Is that true?
Might be, might not.
Did you get any alms or not?
Yes.
From the Armourer here?
I don't know. And even if I did, that was yesterday, and my belly's empty again today.
That's true.
What would you know about it?
Okay, let's go with this option here and see if he agrees with us.
We're both good Christians, aren't we? We should each give something to the poor soul.
And what then?
Then Jane will be on her way. Immediately.
King Solomon now, are you, lad?
Hey, got some
Fine.
reputation there.
Fine, have it your way.
God bless you, and you too, citizen. I won't be a nuisance no more, really. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus, you're as bad as each other.
Okay, that was a fairly happy ending to this whole story. There goes the armorer, who's supposed to be at his shop, but he's just buggering off down that way. Goodbye, good sir.
Your old neighbors are living here now. It's a bit of a shithole. Even so, you should be thankful to Sir Hanush. If the town burghers got their way, your folk wouldn't be let anywhere near the town. And now our people aren't too happy with him. Some fools are even calling for Sir Hanush to finally hand the fiefdom over to the young lord, Sir Hans Capon. Sir Hans's father, old Sir Yeshke, may God rest his soul, kept it till he was an old man. Then he retired from it, first to Moravia, then to eternity. Sir Hanush is managing the fiefdom until Sir Hans comes of age. They're related by blood somehow, the same great-great-grandfather or some such. The time's coming soon enough when the estates have to be handed over. These affairs often end in conflict. I hope we have nothing like that here.
Well, that's fairly fascinating. Talking about our friend Hans Capon, same man who challenged us to a duel last episode. And we seem to be now in the back alleys to some degree. Don't know what building that is.
This square here, it looks much better during the markets. Then it's filled to bursting with folk from all around.
Okay, not really much going on at the moment. It's fairly quiet.
Has he been in touch?
Not yet.
I really need to try and get more clothing because every time I look down, it's just tattered clothing.
We've also got the baker's shop here, and that mad merchant Wolfram Pruder. Pruder has a pretty daughter, but he keeps her on a short rein, which the young bucks are none too happy about. I heard he even keeps the poor lass locked up at home all day.
Okay, that's a little bit odd. So maybe we
Look
should
here.
investigate that
See
at
that
some point.
filthy beggar? By Christ, I'll show the bastard.
We just helped a filthy beggar, but now we gonna roughhouse one of them. Let's have a look here.
Comfortable, are we?
Arms, please, sir.
Who do you take me for? Are you stupid or just insolent?
Well, what's the matter?
Stupid, then. There's no begging allowed here, so pick up your stinking arse and haul it somewhere else.
Who am I bothering here?
Me. Us. Everyone. If Sir Hanush saw you here, he'd take a whip to you.
All right, I'm going.
Damn beggars. You offer them a helping hand, and they want the whole arm. It's not like the rules aren't clear. Beggars belong at the church.
There's one alehouse here on the market square, the Trader's Tavern. The other's up by the gate. We'll be going there later.
Bit of a controversial bunch, aren't we? Let's keep following Nightingale here. I'm either falling behind by walking
Let's move
or
along to the Inner Bailey.
running straight into him all the time. Still amazed on how well all the buildings have been done and the environments of this game. Very fascinating. And I'm falling behind again. Let's do a little bit of a trot up here. Get a bit closer.
Here's the forge. The blacksmith has some trouble and he's not working at the moment, but his apprentice is standing in for him tolerably. I hear you're a blacksmith's apprentice too. You lot could help if needed, couldn't you?
Us? What do you mean?
You and your master, or your father, whoever taught you.
They...
What is it, lad?
My father was the master blacksmith. He was killed in Skalitz.
Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Thank you. So am I.
My papa died not long ago. Of course, it was old age got him. That's not the same, but I know a little how you feel.
Well, at least he's trying to level with us to some degree. He's not all that bad of a man, I suppose. We seem to have stopped off at the tavern, or seemingly walking through it. Ah, the back gate. Let me close the up. I've done it yet again. Wait. Can't hear you.
Neuhoff,
Ah, there we go. Okay.
Master Smill is in charge of Sir Hanush's stables.
him, yeah?
He's by far his best vassal. It's all a bit complicated for a newcomer, I suppose. This lord here, that lord there, this exemption here, that right there. Exemptions from exemptions, rights to half of something, so on. It'd take you a year to make head or tail of it. This tower was only half the size when I was a young lad. Sir Hanush had it extended and made into an armory.
Well, at least he's thinking ahead, I guess. Quite a long trip we are going here, but I suppose it is a patrol, so... How are you, sir? Adam?
I beg, good neighbors, but I'm reduced to this. I'm from Skalitz, and...
Must be a hell of a lot of people from Skalitz in this area. Just beggars all over the place.
God be with you, Benesh. How goes it?
Well enough, Nightingale. It's quiet today.
Good. Where's Moimir, anyway? Isn't he supposed to be here with you?
Ah, yes. He hasn't turned up yet.
Oh, I see. Now, where might he have got to, then?
I don't know.
You don't know, eh? Let me tell you something. When the bailiff finds out Moimir's slacking off, he'll be in serious shit. And being a friend of his, you wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
So it's better if I deal with it and we leave the bailiff out of it, right?
Yes, I suppose so.
So where is he?
In the tavern. He was thirsty, so he...
Went for an ale. We know how that goes. Come on, Henry. Let's go and find that idler, and you'd better talk some sense into him.
Okay, it seems like I'm tasked with talking to the man. And we're actually trotting off here. Quite a rush, and we can see him immediately. The poor fellow. Let's have a chat here to him quickly.
What the fuck are you doing here when you're
What?
supposed to be on the gate? Move your carcass and go and guard the gate. Not a word. Get moving. You're lucky it was me found out, not the bailiff, or God forbid, Captain Bernard. Out!
Alright, apparently I thought I was going to deal with it, but he seemed to have done an extremely good job. And there he goes. What's he sitting down here for? Let's have a seat here with him.
That fool got me all worked up.
Let's just say me too.
Me as well, the lazy bastard.
My words exactly. And just when we need every pair of eyes. You never know when the Cumans might creep up on us. But that's enough about that. Let's not let it spoil our day. Listen, since we're sitting here anyway, how about a little game?
Let's
Why
just
not?
entertain this idea. I'm not too grand at these games.
I can't wait to see how you throw.
Entertainment games. I'm just gonna try and skip on this here. See how that gets me. Did we? Okay, well,
One more thing
failed
and
that
we're
one,
done
but
for the night.
we weren't trained enough
Ringing
for it
the
anyway.
end of the day and closing the taverns.
Isn't it still a bit early?
I don't know how it was in Skalitz, but here in Rattay we close up at this hour. Except, of course, during fairs and big festivals. Then we don't close at all.
I see. Should I go and ring the bell?
If you wouldn't mind. The bell is hanging outside the rat house. Ring 3 times, then go to the Trader's Tavern by the market square and make sure the innkeeper closes up.
I'll do that.
Before I forget, it's forbidden to walk in Rattay at night without a torch. Here, take this one.
Alright, that's very nice. We've gotten a torch.
Oh.
Okay. How do I activate it? Let's go here. Click the torch. And that has activated it, I think. Oop, no. We don't want to do that. Push 1. That's not... There we go. Okay.
What's going on there? What's
Let's
that?
put that away. Okay, somebody wasn't happy with me holding it out. But now that it is nighttime, let's move on up to the bell, get that all sorted out. And I think the fire is tanking the game. It's running a little bit choppy. Nothing I could do about that right now. But let's keep moving here. I would assume it's towards the A on the map. In the center of the town. So, where did you get the center hat from? Oh, never mind. I am mistaken.
Požírali staré baby na trapáči do lesa. Od neděle do neděle hraj muziko veselé. Gatiska má roztrané, sláma trčí z prdele.
Alright, I understood none of what that man said. Let's move on. And now we come to the town square, or center. At night time, guards holding up their torches, as everybody does require a torch at night time in this town. Probably to prevent any thieves. Let's use the bell here. Okay, so now we must go to the Trader's Tavern by the market square and make sure they close up. They are... where are they actually? Just so we don't run too much in a circle here. Never mind, that's all the way up here. What am I seeing over there with an A? I want to take a run up this direction and make sure that tavern closes up.
I was going to get him to do something for me. And who did you get to fix it?
Raymond. He's cheap.
It's always nice to see a game including just odd random conversations between people. Makes them feel a little bit more alive.
Just the kind.
And it seems like everybody has their own routine in this game as well. Off to a loading screen where we are going to try and make the tavern close up, it seems.
And the canon of St. Wenceslas in Olomouc was so drunk, he dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. no, we can see that this wasn't going to end well. So, Sir Peter and I rode off to look for the good canon on his pig.
Did you find him?
We tracked the filthy beast down to a sty beyond Cronau. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real pig, but the Reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty.
Birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and prelates. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and prelates.
God save their bacon.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
Oh, but what? You want to join us? Want to buy us around? I'm afraid we don't drink with peasants. You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir. Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all, you're dismissed.
Are you out of your mind, lad? You can't cross his lordship. He's got a temper like a bear with gut ache. If I was you, I'd get lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour. He doesn't want anyone disturbing the peace after curfew.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my arse. I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Rattay.
No, it's Sir Hannes.
Oh, is he here? What, is he hiding under the table, maybe? No! Then what he wants isn't worth a fart in a bathhouse. And besides, he's only in charge till I grow up.
Which clearly hasn't happened yet.
Enough! You can't talk to me like that. I'm a nobleman.
Come now, sirs. You're not going to fight here, are you?
We most definitely are. This yokel needs to be taught his place.
And it seems like we are now going to be fighting the men. Suddenly. And we are in our famous fist fights again. Which we weren't doing so well the last time we did. Oh, and we grabbed him by the head, gave him a bit of a kick. Ooh, we're actually doing a hell of a lot better this time around for some reason. Oh, never mind. Kicking against the old twisty. Ooh. Okay, apparently it's not as good as Kunish was. Oh, never mind, I'm trying to give him a bit of a kick there. Also, I have full-on body armor on, so why the on earth would he try and fist fight me? Unless he's aiming for the head the whole time, but he didn't do too grand there either, at that.
Crucifix! What in the name of Christ is happening here? Well, answer me, damn you!
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
By rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind? Raising your hand to a nobleman? And you, Hans, how many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to. Tomorrow, you will go with me to a hearing. Some landowners have asked me to settle a dispute. It'll be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
Oh, hunting. Well then, Your Grace, I'll tell you what. You can go hunting.
Really?
Oh, naturally. Who am I to deprive the young Lord Capon of his sport? And You can take Henry here as your page.
Him? Absolutely not.
You'll do as I've commanded. It's time you learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities as the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are the Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility. Let's go. Tell the kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
Damn. I'm not quite sure if that was a promotion at all, or a demotion. Can I bring out my torch again, please? There we go. We need to keep walking around with that. Quest started to pray. I think there's 2 crystal or quest tipster. Let's go into the tavern here quickly and see if this man is here that can give us a quest. There he is.
My respects to you.
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
Could be. You're the blacksmith's son from Scarlet's, ain't ya? The bailiff here could probably use you. He's got some jobs for the Scarlet's refugees, but he's not sure who's good for what. He was moaning about it here yesterday.
Okay, so putting me back onto the bailiff, the man, saying that he has another task for me to do, possibly. But I'll look into that at another stage. I think we'll just do a slow trot off here as we explore the town at night. At the end of Henry's, I believe, 2nd day here in Rattay. Quite an eventful one. Walking around the town, doing a patrol, solving some disputes, and even spending some time in the tavern during the day. And right at the end of it, getting into a big fight with Sir Hans Capon again, who we seem to be at odds with at the moment. But that shouldn't really matter too much. We have been forced to go into a hunt with him in the morning. So what we are doing now quickly is we just taking a slow trot, I suppose, out of Rattay. There's one of the castles there. Out of Rattay here, and we are going to make our way towards the mill again. Let's eat from the pot here, because I think that is free to do so. And we don't need to waste any more groshens on getting food. So we'll eat from there, and we'll keep on heading out here towards the mill. I think we'll do a bit of a run now. What is the time, actually? Damn, it's close to 10 o'clock, actually. Okay, there's another pot we can eat from at some point, whenever we do need. It's always best to try and keep your nourishment up and your sleep deprivation and everything else quite high in this game, because the more you're hurt, the more you're hungry and everything else, the less skills, or the more it damages your skills. So it's harder to fight and harder to move around as well. Also, between episodes of last episode and this episode, I did do a couple of upgrades to Henry. Primarily the pack mule upgrade, where we can carry 15 more pounds. So, at least he can carry a little bit more. Am I? No, I think the mule is a little bit further along here. There it is. Okay. But as we head onto the mole here, I think we're going to end this episode. And we shall pick up with Henry in the next episode. Hello, Matt. And maybe even chat to Teresa when it dies down a little bit, I think, because I think going on a hunt with Sir Capon is the higher priority right now. But having said that, I shall see you all once again in the next episode.